Today I'm going to share with you how to get rid of imposter syndrome. I'm Lisa Johnson, a multi-six-figure business coach, and in 2.5 years I've built a business online where I make 90% of my income from passive and semi-passive income streams. Imposter syndrome is something that affects most people. In fact, it affects women a little more than men, and it's something I've experienced myself on my journey. Imposter syndrome is actually termed a psychological phenomenon. It's where a person doubts their own ability and has a fear of being found out to be a fraud despite any evidence that demonstrates their competence. They go as far as to believe they don't deserve their accomplishments and have achieved what they have through luck or because they have somehow conned other people into thinking they're more intelligent than they are. Many people find it really difficult to break free from. It's tricky because it's something quite deep-rooted into your belief system. These belief systems are formed from experiences stemming right back into our young childhood years, how we were raised, our values we were taught, the stereotypes that existed around us. In our current society, people want practical answers to these problems, quick fixes that they can do right now and that will get them instant gratification. But that's not how these things work. It takes time and some hard grafting. Imposter syndrome and the fear that comes with it is usually experienced as a feeling. A yucky, uncomfortable one. And those feelings are as a result of a specific set of thoughts we're having. So the simple answer here is change your thoughts, change your feelings. The only way to stop feeling like an imposter is to stop thinking like an imposter. But that's easier said than done. There are some practical things that have worked for me that will get you well on your way to changing your thoughts. So here's a few that I'd recommend. 1, learn to recognise when you do well and deserve to get the praise, then give it to yourself. Learn to pat yourself on the back and get a great team of cheerleaders around you if you need a bit of help to get going. What you're looking to achieve here is to move from seeking your validation externally from others and begin to seek your validation internally from yourself. You be the judge of how well you did and work hard to keep the focus on catching yourself doing it right, not doing it wrong. The more evidence you build up yourself of just how brilliant you are, the more you'll start to believe it. That will then change your thought patterns, which will have a positive impact on your feelings. And then reward yourself with something lovely. Number 2 is to talk about it. Break the taboo. If so many of us are feeling it, why aren't we speaking about it? If you've watched any of my videos, you'll know I'm all about showing your real self in your business. You'll create some amazing moments of connection with your audience if they see what they're experiencing in you. You don't have to make yourself look perfect. People much prefer the humility and the vulnerability. They feel like you really get them when they have something in common with you, and that goes a long way to building your know, like and trust factor. Plus, it will feel like a weight off your own shoulders too and take some of the pressure off. Number 3, let's say you do screw up and you get something wrong. We're only human, right? Change the failure script you have in your head. Rewrite that narrative. Henry Ford once said, failure is only the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. So instead of beating yourself up for being human and blowing a big project, do what professional athletes do and glean the learning value from that mistake and move on. Forgive yourself when the inevitable mistake happens. Number 4, finally, separate your feelings from what's actually true, the facts. There are times you'll feel silly, stupid, embarrassed. It happens to everybody from time to time. Realise that just because you may feel any of those things, it doesn't mean you are those things. Keep an eye on some of the character assassinations you make of yourself. Calling yourself an idiot is a character assassination. You're attacking yourself at identity level. That's not right. If it were about your identity, you'd always be an idiot, and I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Fine if you screwed up, but make that dialogue you have with yourself about that one instance of behaviour, not your whole existence. Your decision making in that particular meeting may have been stupid. That's a one-off. Acknowledge it for what it is and move on. Get back to being your brilliant self, sharpish. Try some of these things out for yourself if you suffer with imposter syndrome, and let me know how you get on. And if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe below. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it too.